Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Yolanda Jerry, and I want to say welcome to Live with the Empowerment Advocate. Yes, that's me. That's what they call me, the Empowerment Advocate. And today I'm excited and blessed to have Alexis Williams join us today as we talk about how she says, live your life in color. So, with that being said, let me tell you a little bit about who Alexis Williams is. Alexis Williams is the CEO and founder of Aloha Glamour, an Afrowaiian boutique with 3 years of experience while simultaneously building a community Black-owned business network. She started her Afrowaiian boutique to fill a void when her daughter, Lauren Taylor, was born and shortly thereafter died while she was stationed in Hawaii. Her message to turn her mess into a movement was sparked 1 year later. She is an innovative business power force and uses her positive attitude and tireless energy to encourage others to live their life in color through clothing. She has been featured in numerous publications to include, but not limited to, Forbes, Allure, Black Enterprise, and Travel+Noire. Alexis is inspired daily by her children, Kaileb Williams, Laila Williams, her late daughter, Lauren, Omuria Williams, and Marion George. In her free time, Alexis likes to catch up on her naps. Yes, we know that she likes to take naps, binge watch Netflix, and create fresh new ideas on how to grow and expand her multiple brands. So I want to say thank you so much for joining us, Alexis. Or do you want me to call you Lexi? Which one do
Girl,
you?
call me Lexi.
All right, Lexi. So
Hey.
when people are joining us, I would like to ask that you all please share this broadcast, share with your family, your friends, your loved ones, because this message that Alexis is about to bring us today is going to hopefully inspire somebody to level up in life and in business.
Yes.
So without further ado, let's jump on into it, Alexis, or Lexi, should I say? All right. So Lexi, can you tell us, I just read your bio, which is amazing, right? That's your professional bio. But I want you to tell us who Alexis Williams is, aka Lexi, in your own words.
So in my own words, I'm a child of God first. I am Estherine's granddaughter. I am a retired veteran. I am a extroverted introvert. I am a popular loner. I am confident but humble. I am hungry. And I'm a person who loves to serve my community.
Wow, that's a lot for one person, right? You're just a big old bundle of energy and joy. And the biggest thing that I love to hear that you say you are hungry, right? And by being hungry means you're a goal getter, right? You go after whatever you want, when you want, even if you have no sleep, right? I've seen you operate.
No sleep, no money. I'm still gonna make it. It's gonna happen.
That's right. And then the other thing is you love to serve your community. And that I have seen you do tirelessly over the past few years, especially since I've gotten to know you and connect with you. So thank you for sharing with us a little bit about who you are. So let's talk about, I know you've been through a lot of things, as many people usually go through some type of trauma in their life. And so I wanted to tap in and let's talk about your loss and your experience when it came to the loss of your child, and how did it affect you personally and professionally?
Okay, so I will talk about the personal part first. Personally, there were so many different type of losses that I experienced within a 3-month time span. I lost my daughter in November. My divorce was finalized in December. And in January, I was packing up to move from Hawaii to Gulfport. And I really didn't have time to just stop and grieve because I still had little people that I had to take care of. At the time, I think my kids were 9 and 12. So I still had to get them, acclimated to being in the South. And so I was tired because I didn't have time to grieve, like I just said. So my focus was always on something else. And I don't think I really took a moment until after her first birthday. And it's like it hit me all over again.
Oh, wow.
I experienced the loss all over again because here I was a year prior just going through the motions of life. So personally, it hit me really hard that year following when she passed. Now professionally, honey, so I was in the Air Force when I experienced all of this. And you know, I thought the Air Force had prepared me as an NCO to, I don't know, to handle those emotions. And, you know, if I had a troop or subordinate who went through something similar, I thought I was equipped with the tools to help them get through maybe something like that I've been through. And that wasn't the case for me, because when I PCS in, I had already experienced the loss. Wow. So all the Air Force or all my leadership saw was this NCO who was tired, who was crying, who couldn't control her emotions because I didn't know how to deal with such a huge loss. And I remember when I first came in, so I used to be air traffic control. Okay. And they used to beat in our head, if you go to mental health, they're going to pull you from the flight line. You're not going to be able to talk to planes. So I still had that stigma and that mentality in my head as a personnelist. So I didn't seek mental health as soon as I lost my daughter. And I started to gain weight because I was depressed. So with me gaining weight, I was failing PT tests. Wow. And they had diagnosed me with hypothyroidism too. So they had put me on all these different medications and my body wasn't responding. I'm gaining weight. The Air Force is saying lose weight. And I'm saying, okay, but they just diagnosed me with all of this. And then I'm depressed and it wasn't connecting. So I ended up, they put me on a UIF and didn't tell me. It wasn't until I went to go apply for school. So I was going through a lot with the Air Force. This is after my commander had already looked at me and told me that my baby was supposed to die when I was telling him that I wanted to seek medical treatment. Mm-hmm. I felt like I had nobody. So in turn, I put my focus into my community. That's when Aloha Glamour kicked off. That's when Mississippi Gulf Coast Black-owned business kicked off because I felt like I wasn't being valued any longer in the military. And at this time, the community was embracing me with open arms because here I was, you know, trying to change the narrative of how Black-owned businesses are perceived along the Mississippi Gulf Coast. So my energy went from bleeding blue. You know, when you bleed blue, you go above and beyond. So instead, I was showing up and doing my job efficiently, but putting all that other energy into my community. And it got to the point where my leadership, they were looking at me like, why are you getting all these awards outside of the military? Like, why you can't do that for us? Like, y'all not even taking care of me. Y'all won't even acknowledge the fact that I'm dealing with something. Mm-hmm. So that's where my energy went. And I medically retired, but I ended up retiring. Like I told you, I was on the UIF, so I couldn't test for master for 2 whole years. I was not allowed to test. And I finally tested a year before I retired. But I got out, I retired, not even knowing if I made master sergeant because my orderly room didn't follow up with AFPC for my test.
Wow.
After I was able to test. So professionally, I went through so much. Like, the commander reached out to my mental health provider and was like, well, is she faking? And it came to the point where my mental health provider was like, I'm surprised she even know her name. You better be glad she even showing up to work because she is going through a lot. So I suffered tremendously, personally and professionally.
Wow, that's a lot to have to deal with. And just to clarify what a UIF is, just because, you know, that's a military term and some people may not know what that is. So UIF stands for Unfavorable Information File.
Mm-hmm.
And so
it limits us in doing things like testing for promotion. We can't take courses for college. There's a lot of things we can't do when we're under.
And it prevents you from getting promoted. Right. You know, so if you're up for promotion, it prevents you from getting promoted too as well. So, I mean, it's unfortunate that you had to go through that. I mean, because you did suffer a lot, you know what I mean, when it comes to you losing your daughter. And then the military, the crazy thing is, you know, the mission doesn't stop. You know what I mean? You can have a death in the family, you know, you can you could be sick, you know, you literally have to go to the doctor for them to diagnose that you're sick. You know what I mean? The mission does not stop. Yeah. And so I commend you for even pushing through, even through that, knowing that you still had not grieved your daughter. You know, that's got to be tough, you know, and then still have to meet the needs of the Air Force, and then having to pick up and still not just that, have to take, you still have other children that you have to nurture and take care of. And then not just that, helping them understand, you know, the loss of a sibling that was supposed to come into this world. Right.
Right.
And so the other thing that I can definitely connect with you on too is that the military, you know, a lot of people think, oh, the military is, you know, all that, they take care of their people. Now, don't get me wrong, they do, right? When it comes to benefits and all these different things, but sometimes you can have that bad leadership that will just make you feel like you're in pure hell, right? They don't take care of you. They don't look after your needs. They aren't, you know, sympathetic. They aren't empathetic. They don't care. And it's like I said, it's unfortunate that you had to go through that, but look what has happened. Look what you have birthed through all of that. You know what I mean? And basically, you didn't let the military put you in a place where you were in depression. Instead, you decided to turn your pain into your purpose, you know, and you was like, you know, including with the loss of your daughter, you decided to birth your business because of your daughter. You wanted to continue to leave not only a legacy behind, but just knowing that, you know what, she is the reason why I do what I do every day. Absolutely. So thank you so much for just even sharing that, because I mean, somebody right now is watching this and they probably have or is going through the same thing right now, experiencing a loss and trying to birth their business and trying to figure out, where do I go from here? So Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that little short story with us about, you know, how the loss of your child has affected you personally and professionally. Yeah. So Lexi, my next question for you is, you know, it was going to be about, you know, who or what inspired you to own your own business and have Aloha Glamour. But how did you come up with that name, Aloha Glamour? Where did the name come from?
The name came from, so originally my business name was supposed to be called Southern Aloha because I'm from the South and I still wanted to tie the Aloha piece because when people hear Aloha, they think of Hawaii, and that's when my daughter was born and where she died. She died in Hawaii. So I wanted to keep that connection of Hawaii, but the name Southern Aloha was already taken. So I had to pivot. And I just moved the Aloha to the front and I added glamour. Like, I don't even know where that came from, but I said Aloha Glamour is what it's going to be. And that's what it is. So I get that question a lot. They say, Aloha, you from Hawaii? Why do you have a Hawaiian business name? Well, because my daughter was my Afrowaiian princess. So we have an Afrowaiian clothing boutique. And that's where Aloha comes from.
That's so sweet. That is very sweet. You know, she said you're Afrowaiian princess. You know, I mean, because Truth be told, that's where it happened, right? But you don't want to remember her as somebody that passed. You want her to continue to, live, even if it's through you, and then just spiritually still be connected to her.
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome. So now, as a retiree and a full-time entrepreneur, right? And also knowing that you are involved heavily in the community, how do you balance all of that and still be a mother to your children? How do you find balance?
I'm tired. Not I'm tired.
I hear
you. In business, I try to incorporate times where me and my kids can spend quality time together. So I'll be like, y'all come in here and help me package and clean up the shop. And, I have teenagers. They trying to TikTok. They ain't trying to hang out with their mama. So it was different when they were smaller, when they wanted to be up under me. But now, if it ain't a TikTok, if it ain't Snapchat, like they really not trying to hang up they're not trying to hang with me or hang up around me or none of that. But I do try to incorporate that entrepreneurial spirit within them, and it just hadn't birthed yet. Like, I just don't get it. I don't. And the first thing they say is, well, Mama, I need some money. Well, come in here and work.
I know that's right. Hello?
Some money. But yeah, so I'm still working out that balance piece. So there are times when my daughter, she'll come in and she'll, cuddle, and I'll take that time, but it's a short spurt. So it's nothing that I really have to balance.
Right.
Like, they'll tell me when they want to spend time with me.
I got you. So they'll definitely, well, like you said, one thing about children is or should I say, our children, they'll let you know when they want to be bothered and when they don't want to be bothered. But I tell you one thing, they gonna always have their hand out when they want something. They always want their hand out. Yeah.
No shame. I used to have to ask my granddaddy for 50 cents.
Right.
No shame. They be wanting $120, $800. Like, what happened to give me $2? They ain't got penny candy no more?
No penny candy at all. Look, and they don't want that. You're right. They don't want that $5, that $10. They was like, look, I'm trying to go shopping. I'm trying to go to the outlet mall. I got some food I gotta get, and I gotta pay for my food too. I'm telling you, boy.
Expensive.
I'm claiming mine as long as I can on taxes, okay?
Girl, and they bougie. Like, I said, what I say? I said, y'all need to drink water. This was yesterday. I said, y'all need to drink water. They said, well, we don't have no water. I said, some Deer Park water right there. Well, we don't drink Deer Park. I said, well, you better get that faucet.
Hello. Look, we used to drink out the hose when I was a kid. I don't know about nobody else.
Yeah. We be like, right. Trying to catch our breath, girl.
That's right. That's right. So basically, life is, you're still trying to find that balance. And I can understand it. You know what? In being an entrepreneur and trying to serve your community and having your children, sometimes, like you said, the best thing to do is just to get them involved, right? Even though they ain't getting paid a paycheck, just having them involved, you'd be surprised at how much they pick up. They might not do it now. Yeah. But maybe a few years from now, they'll come back and be like, hey, Mama, I decided to start a business. Or, hey, Mama, I got a side hustle. What you think? But that's going to be all because, we've groomed them, right? We gave them the tools necessary that they need to succeed. So it may not happen now, Lexi, but I guarantee you that it'll happen a couple of years from now.
Right.
All right. So I know that you are a part of various organizations and also are the founder of the Black-owned business network here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. And so tell us about this Black-owned business network here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and what is the purpose of that network?
The Mississippi Gulf Coast Black-owned business network is a platform that's on Facebook where Black-owned business owners and Black consumers can find each other to do business to circulate that Black dollar within our community. I started the B.O.B. network because here I was, a Black girl with an Afrowaiian boutique, and I did not know how to find my people. And I felt like if I had that problem, then everybody else got the problem too.
Mm-hmm.
So in turn, I started the Black Owned Business Network, which has now grown tremendously, and like we can't keep up. We try our best. We try.
You're right.
That was the basis for it.
Right. So basically keeping, like you said, you trying to find out what other Black owned businesses are out here, being able to network and collaborate with each other, and then just being able to support each other, right? I mean, Black dollars do matter, correct? They do matter. And sometimes we need to make sure that we're pouring into each other as well. I mean, we be so quick to run out. Not saying there's nothing running. No, there's nothing wrong with running out and supporting all these other businesses, but we must support our own as well. And not only that, speaking of support our own, we should be willing to give second and third chances, just like we give these folks at McDonald's or at these stores at Dillard's and all these other things. We give all these people other chances, but we are so hard on each other when it comes to
business. We are. And I wish, as a consumer, there's grace that's given, because a lot of times these are solopreneurs. Like, we're doing the logistics, we're printing the orders, we're the virtual assistants, we trying to catch up with our emails and answer phone calls and package your order and send your invoice. Like, we're doing all that by ourselves. So I just want consumers to give business owners grace. And another thing about starting the B.O.B. network, it wasn't to exclude us. It wasn't to say, oh, this is just Black people. It was to include us.
Right.
In conversations. I grew up along the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and we weren't very inclusive. Whereas, we hung out or did things with other races. So I wanted to include us in the conversation. Like, oh, did you know such and such? Here's a Black owned business and they're professional, right? They have their LLC. Like, there are professional Black owned businesses out there, not just your mom and pop, there's nothing wrong with that. We actually highlight those for our Black owned business awards. But yes, definitely to include us.
Right. And then not only that, understand that they are legit, right? Absolutely. Some people think that, oh, this person is their side hustle. No, they are legit. They are registered with the state, and they are doing what they need to do, and then give other people places to be able to learn, right? The other thing about the group, that I know too as well is people can learn from each other, because I don't know everything. You don't know everything. We are constantly there. Hey, anybody can help me with my trademark, or can anybody show me how I can sit here and file certain things?
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that I don't know. I never knew about Canva, but I've learned how to be a Canva guru. How you think I made this background on this live right now, right? But it took me reaching out to someone. I'm gonna put that plug in there, Pamela Berry Johnson, my marketing person, and yours. But it took us learning from other individuals who are the experts.
And you know what? We recently implemented a B.O.B. network membership. So within the membership, like you said, people don't know everything. This is where we're going to bring in the subject matter experts, because what people don't understand is the award show, the meet and greets, everything that goes on within B.O.B., it comes out of our pockets.
It does.
And with the membership, it's going to allow us to bring subject matter experts. It's going to allow us to have the award show catered instead of people donating. It's going to open up to so much more. So it's not, because I always get, well, now I got to pay to post. No, you don't have to pay to post in a group. Facebook is free. We do have free days where you can post, but people need to learn, business owners need to learn that they need to invest in their business.
Right.
And $19 is your meal for one day out of a month.
Yeah, you're right. Shoot, you'll spend that on lunch and a snack and a soda pop.
Definitely out with you.
Right. Right. I agree. I spend that $19 to invest in my own business when I know there's a plethora of business owners that I can pull and pick their brain and learn from any day. That's an investment for me in my business to be able to level up to the next level.
And then guess what? You can write it off.
There you go. That's right. Write that membership. That's a tax write-off. You're right.
You're going to get that money right
back. That's right. Absolutely right. That's awesome. So how many people are in the group, the Black-Owned Business Network? And then also, how can they become a part of that group?
Right now, we're sitting at about 6,500 people, and that includes a 6-hour radius, so out to Atlanta, Houston, Memphis, because I understand we do business outside of the Gulf Coast. We have about 437 people trying to get into the group right now. And we're on Facebook, Mississippi Gulf Coast Black-Owned Business Network. Or if you want to find out more information about the membership, is msgcbob.com.
That's simple. That's pretty easy to remember. And we'll go back after the live's over and actually drop that in the chat just to make sure that people have gotten that information.
All right.
Well, thanks for sharing the information about the Black-Owned Business Network and what was the purpose for it. Now let's talk about you and your business. You have some amazing products.
Thank you, girl.
Right? Look, I still ain't figured out that rap for my head yet, but I'm aware. I got a couple. But you have some amazing products, and then not only that, you're not just, taking in money from, people, but you're also taking some of that money and pouring it back into the community. Like when this pandemic kicked off, next thing you know, masks was required, and so you've been able to donate masks, in the community too as well. So I don't know if you have any of your products right now, but do you have any right there, or are you wearing any that you could possibly show to anyone to let them know what you have to offer?
Absolutely. Like we have these really, really cute notebooks, African print notebooks. These just came in actually. We got earrings for days, head wraps. I understand everybody don't know how to wrap a head wrap, so I got a hat for you.
Oh, nice.
And with the mask, I know a lot of times your ears get raw. So we have headbands that you can tie in the front or the back. And you simply put your mask around the button.
Wow, look at that.
So you can save
That's innovative right there, boy.
We're gonna start a Save Your Ears campaign.
Uh-oh. See, look, I need one of those hashtag Save Your Ears. Can I be a model? Let me be a model. I'll be a model.
Hashtag Save Your Ears. Yeah, so we offer a variety of things. We have watches coming. We have sunglasses. We have African print Converse that are handmade in Ghana. We have a lot of our stuff is made in Ghana, Nigeria, or what's the other country? It's another country. I got to think of it. But yeah, we have skirts, kids' clothes, whatever you need. Save the ears. Yes. Hashtag save the ears.
That's right. All right. That's right. That's awesome. So you have a whole line of stuff. And for those that are just now joining us and watching us right now, thank you so much for joining us today. If you will, I would appreciate that you would share this broadcast out with your family, your friends, your loved ones, your associates, your enemies. It don't matter because somebody needs to hear this information that Alexis is sharing with us today. So thank you for sharing, just some of your products, and of course it's down there on the little ticker where they can see where they can go to the website and buy some of your products as well. Now, what advice would you share with those who are interested in starting a business, but are afraid to do it or don't know where to start?
Number one, do your research. Research. Because like I said, my business name, yes, come through. My business name was already taken. So definitely do your research. just do it. It's like Nike, do it scared. Growth happens when you're uncomfortable. And trust me, I didn't want to start a business. Like, I was literally led to start this business, because if I didn't, I was going to go crazy. And everybody around me was going to go crazy, because I was going crazy. But find you somebody that you can lean on. Join the BOB group. There are a lot of resources. The Small Business Development Center, there are a lot of resources here along the Mississippi Gulf Coast. You can reach out to me. I'll help you. Like, I'll free consultations.
Right.
Yeah, do it scared. Because at the end of the day, like, people gonna judge it anyway. They gonna say, well, she got her little business. Well, when your little business start making 6 figures, is it still a little business? But I'm just saying, like,
come on now.
People gonna talk about you whether you do what you want to do or you do what they tell you to do. They still gonna talk about you. So just do it.
Yeah, I always tell, especially those that I mentor, I was like, you know what, you got to hashtag do it afraid. Yep. Because if you don't do it, then you're not gonna know what it could evolve to, right? And you don't never want to live in that place where it's like, I wish I could have, or I wish I would have, or I wonder what would have happened if I did. No, not this one. And I always say, try, try all kinds of things until you find what's right for you. You know what I mean? Because some people would be stuck on one thing, and then they'd be like, I'm not about to do this, because this is something I really wanted to do. I mean, look at me. I would tell you right now, I never thought that I would be a business owner.
Not never.
Ever. Right. My thing was to serve in the community even after I retired and do these things. And then, I was like, you know what? If I'm doing this, I might as well monetize too.
Absolutely.
And it's not always about money, because I always tell people, man, I'm retired. It's not like I need the money, but as a community leader, I want to be able to invest back into my community. So I got to make money to be able to help other people.
Yeah.
Whether it's victims or domestic violence, sexual assault, or what have you. I have to be able to make money in order to be able to pour it back out, because I ain't letting nobody tap into my retirement. Not at all.
Okay.
So that is great advice that you've given about, to someone, because I know someone's watching right now probably thinking, I don't think I want to do this, but research is definitely a must, right?
Yeah.
Because like you said, the name that you wanted, you couldn't have because somebody already had it, right? Mm-hmm. And then the other thing is be original. Sometimes you got these people who out here just copycatting, and being a copycat is not going to get you far. If you want your business to grow to the next level and continue to expand, you got to be creative, and be willing to spend that money in your business. Don't go cheap. Let me tell you right now, I ain't about to go cheap. Because
you're gonna spend more money trying to be cheap.
Yes, you will, because you're going to be going and say, oh, that person didn't give me what I needed, so now I got to go somewhere else. Or that person didn't give me what I needed, so now I need to go pay somebody else. Why don't you just go ahead and pay somebody that you see? Yeah, it might cost you a lot in the beginning, but that's an investment for you to be having all these dollars later.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Akita said it's such a relief when you decide to launch your vision. That's true. It really is. It's
empowering. Empowering. I'm country. I can't get it. You know what I mean?
It's true. It is empowering to be able to launch your vision, right? And I think the thing about vision is God gives it to you. He doesn't give it to the next person next to you. He doesn't give it to the person behind you. He gives it to you and only you.
It's so ironic that you said that, because when I originally started Aloha Glamour, I wanted my sisters to be a part of it with me. I wanted them to be business owners. And I was like, come on, y'all, we need to do this. And it was like Hawaiian and African, like, we in Mississippi. They don't wear that down here. So I had already had the vision. He had already given it to me.
Right.
And I couldn't get upset with my sisters because they couldn't see the vision. He didn't give it to them. He gave it to me. So, yeah, that's just a little story I had to share, because you said he didn't give it to them. He didn't give it to them.
He didn't. I mean, and we may want to include them, hey, hire him as an employee, girl.
Because I have to write one of my sisters up.
Both of them. I can understand that. Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't want none of my family members to work with me either, because they're gonna always want a handout.
Yeah, and they're gonna see you as their sister as opposed to their boss. Like, I tried to hire my mama, and every time she get on live, she giving out discounts. Like, no man.
Mama, stay in your lane, mama.
I'm the CEO. Okay.
That's right. That's right. Well, good stuff. So now, I always believe that at some point we have had someone who has mentored us or inspired us to do all these great things and push us, right? Hold us accountable. Or we've seen them do so many great things, they have set the example for us. So when it comes to that mentor or someone who is of inspiration to you, who has that person been, or who is that person right now?
So that person for me right now, I have a whole circle, right? It's not just me. Like, I have you. I have Queen P. That's Pamela Berry Johnson. I have Deidre Parrish Doyle. Like, I have Sheena. There are so many people that I have in my circle. Jocelyn Lane for my mental. Miss Dorothy Wilson. She reaches out to me once a quarter to say, hey, how you doing? Miss Kern Carey. Like, there are so many powerhouses along the Mississippi Gulf Coast. But who I talk to the most is you, Miss Pamela, and Deidre. Like, y'all keep me where I need to be. When I call y'all at 3 o'clock in the morning, say, hey, I can't sleep because I got this idea. Right. Like, okay, we can do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I believe that we all need that, right? Because you got to think about it. Sometimes people want to just see one person, and they think that person is going to be that person for every aspect of their life, and that's not necessarily true, right? And like you said, you have your very close people that you talk to every day. Then you also have your extended people that you lean on for, whether it's your mentor or someone for, business advice like Dorothy and Kern, or whatever the case may be. I solely believe that you should have a different person for every point of your life, and even in business. Because when you it's like putting all your eggs in the same basket. If you drop that basket, then guess what? Everything is broke, right?
One of my mentors told me that you need to have a table of 12. Jesus had 12 disciples.
That's right.
You need a naysayer at your table, because they're going to cause you to think about what the other naysayers are thinking about. So you can find a way to solve that problem for when the other naysayers come.
That's true.
So you need the motivator. You need the one that's praying for you, Pray, not Prey.
That's right.
You need the people who your finance. It's just like a village. You need your finance, your doctor.
You need them all. You need them all, right? You need them all, but you need them all for something. I totally agree with you on that. So yeah, I have same thing, I mean, like you said, Deidre and you, I mean, y'all, I can at least come to y'all and be like, look, and be talking crazy, and y'all be like, yeah, this is a safe space. Or I might go to Pamela, she my publicist, but she ain't gonna put my public business out there.
Right.
So you're right. I do think we should have, that small and trusted circle, but then also have that extended network too as well, for the things that we need outside of that small little circle. So thank you for sharing that. So before we get off of here tonight, I do want to conclude with saying thank you so much for just joining us this evening. I want to say thank you for sharing your story, because not only, whether you believe it or not, just because I'm the empowerment advocate doesn't mean that you can't inspire me. And just by, being connected to you and having conversations with you and see how you do things, I mean, that has inspired me. I mean, like, think about it. I would never thought about launching a store. But I end up launching a store, right? My faith-based store. So, so you're definitely an inspiration to me. So thank you so much for that. Don't be crying now, but it's the truth. I would have never thought about launching a store, but just you know, seeing that you have been able to do all of these different things and still be able to be who you are and continue to be authentic and don't change for nobody. I was like, man, I could start a store too. I could start a store and still be that Christian, that half Peter, half Jesus Christian, and still, be able to go out and then impact the world in a positive way. So thank you so much for being an inspiration to me as well.
Oh, thank you, Steve.
So before we get off, my last thing that I want you to share with our viewers are, do you have any upcoming events and or projects that you like to share with us? And also share your contact information. It's already in the ticker, but if there's other information you want the audience to know that are watching, please do share that with them.
Yes, so we are going to do a Melanin Village the third Saturday in August. Same location. Details will be coming soon. In about 2 weeks, my vending machine will be here.
Yay! Woo-hoo! Congratulations.
Thank you. So it's a PPE machine. So it's going to have like masks. Might even throw some head wraps in there. I'm going to have some black mask, hand sanitizer, PPE type material, because I get a lot of people reaching out to me saying, hey, are you still at your shop? Hey, can I come by? We're social distancing. So now all you got to do is go to the vending machine, wherever that's going to be. Details will be coming soon. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Aloha Glamour. My website, alohaglamour.shop. And I think that's all I really have. Don't forget to live your life in color.
Everywhere. Well, we already know Aloha Glamour is living all colors, right? All colors. So thank you again, Lexi, for joining us today. I look forward to reaching out to you later on this week, talk some business stuff. But thank you to everyone who's been following, who's been watching not only my journey, but Lexi's journey. And please continue to share this video with your family, your friends, your loved ones, and even the naysayers, because we just might end up inspiring them and changing their mind too.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys so much. Have a blessed one.
Bye.